doing. So a lot of people came out and say, "Oh, Will Smith is a narcissist and all that." I'm gonna tell you like this: all of Hollywood and entertainment and politics is nothing but narcissism. Narcissism in Hollywood is why we have a so-called Oscars or Grammys or all these overinflated, overrated shows that where people will sit there and fake the funk to give people awards when the bottom line is if you nominate anybody or what have you, what are you voting for? Why not give everybody an award? Because if you think there's 4 or 5 of the best, this ain't like no championship banner where you could sit there and say, okay, you outright won. Who's to say that someone didn't? Who's to say that the politics ain't? See, when you watch sports or something, somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose by points. How do you really determine that with film? How do you determine it with acting? How do you determine it with directing? But anyway, the system in Hollywood is set up. Everybody is a narcissist because they would not participate in a show that glorifies where a trophy or somehow they say a musical where they say that oh you're superior, you're the best. Now we see people that are dominant, but the people who buy the product are the ones who actually vote. When you go behind these so-called voters and these panels and all these people, they play politics. They play go along, get along. But they hype people up. They blow that bubble up, blow your head up. That's what they do. So when people get them long-winded speeches and talk all that, and they got to think all these people and publicists and all that, the narcissism of that is part of the industry which they blow up to compete. But what are they competing for? What is the competitive advantage exactly? You're one of the few that gets chosen for your God given talent and your gifts to bestow upon people who will willingly support your creative outlet and vision. What does that have to do with awards? What does that have to do with fashion and all that? But this is the mindset they sell you on. So the narcissism is in all of Hollywood, period. It's not just a one person. Some people can set out bestow to do this, but this is what they push as an agenda. Because they basically tell you that your ordinary life is so boring and depressing and pathetic that you need to aspire to turn on the TV and imagine this hallucination of this delusion for inclusion. And it doesn't hurt if you look a certain white. Yeah, I said white because that's what they sell you on, and we'll give a few sprinkle tokens here and there. Make no mistake about it. Narcissism in Hollywood dictates all that you see. That's why you see people with Botox with these duck lips and looking scary. They do anything to appeal to who? But that's the imageries and the facades that they sell you on. So when people come out and say, well, this person is narcissist, I said, no. All of them are, because if they weren't, they would not partake in that. And I know when somebody said, well, in awards, this and that. I said, really? What is it really? What is the symbol of that award? What is the symbol that it's going to mean that you're better than anybody or that you're greater than anybody? Personal accomplishments, but everybody should be acknowledged because there's so much politics involved with that. And that's how I equate the Hollywood Rand industry plantation democracy of how they dictate, just like the Washington, D.C. democracy plantation, how they operate with what they vote. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And narcissism is all connected. I'm out. Be careful.